Hello, I'm J-Rod. This is my channel, all of the above. I finally got the correct 12 GPU mining shelf. So I'm going to build this shelf and do a full build on this whole project. Coming to you. Hi, this is J-Rod. I'm going to do a follow along with building this mining rack, and then there will be a split screen followed tutorial on what you're going to need to build a complete build of a mining rig. Thanks again, please subscribe. Alright, I figured I'd help out and go through the internet and show you exactly what you need in order to mine. And I really wish somebody would have did this for me, but here's a little tutorial of exactly what you need. And we're going to start off with the motherboard. Alright. This looks about like the one that I got. And let's see here. 6th generation is what I got. 6th gen Intel's. And this seems like a good price. We can actually go into my eBay and see my purchase history. Google. Okay, yep. This is exactly what I ordered. I got one of these. This was my second one that I ordered. But let's click on this. And here it is. B250 motherboard, 12 PCIe graphic card slots, DDR4, SATA 3.0, BTC mining motherboard, and $137.95. Now this board is actually a pretty good price, but I believe if you don't mind waiting a little longer, gathering all your parts, you can actually find this board for $100. But you just got to play the waiting game. And like I said, just, you know, look for this name right here, go on eBay, and they've got them coming from China. You can pay a little cheaper if you want to wait. If you want to get it sooner, you're going to probably pay around the price that I paid. So the thing that I like about this board is it's an older generation, meaning you can use Intel's Generation 6 and Generation 7 on this board, which, because of that, is cheaper. So let's see what we got here. Intel Core 5, and you can go with a 3 if you want to mine with the 3, but for a few dollars more you can get the i5, which is a little better, a little faster. And as you can see, these are your prices that you got. You know, 68, 70 bucks, you know, and you could probably even find this thing new, you know, for a fairly good price. Well, there it is, new, so that's not really a good price. But again, like I said, it's going to be cheaper than, you know, a Gen 8, Gen 9, because most of the new miners, most of the newer ones are running off of like a Gen 8, Generation 8 or a Generation 9, Well, this miner's running off of actually this one is running off of generation 6. Generation 7 is what that one is. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can use a younger generation on it, but don't quote me on that. Make sure you read your manual and check. I just know for a fact that it is generation 6 because I'm mining on 2 of them. So I've got an i5 generation 6 CPU, and I've got an i7 generation 6, and I'm mining on, I got 2 of those boards. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna need, and we don't got to get everything on eBay, you can shop around, look for what you want. I'm just trying to show you the items that you need. The next thing is your RAMs. Amazon's got pretty good deals on the RAM. And I don't have no affiliate links yet. I'm brand new, so I'm not trying to make any money. I get it. People want to get little extra things out of stuff, which is fine, you know. I'm not saying that I won't eventually have affiliated links, but for now, this is just to help you out. So in order to run HIVEOS or even Windows, you should have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. Some people say you can get away with 4, but I don't, on HIVEOS, but I don't know about doing all that. So it's not much more to get it. Those motherboards that I just showed you have 2 slots, so you can do 8 RAMs, 2. Wait, we can do it like this: 8, 2, something like this. Oh, and that gave me 16, so yeah, I just needed to change this to a 4, which that's what I thought. And that is DDR32, which you can always have higher, you can have lower, so it's not going to affect you if you're at 32 megahertz. It's just it's gonna go lower of what it can handle on the speed. Alright, so here we go. We are looking for something fairly cheap and a good price. Boom, right here. Here's your RAMs, 42 bucks, and that will run your whole board. So right now we're at 140 for the board. We're at about 70 for the for the CPU. So 140, 70, so you're at 210, and then your RAM, you're at 250. So far you're at 250 for your setup. Alright, so the next thing we're going to need is, we're going to go power. And me personally, it's easier to go on Facebook Marketplace and find an older computer for like 10-20 bucks and pull the guts out and take the battery, because all you need to do is be able to fire up this motherboard with the 24 pins. Now, can you buy extra stuff to fire it up with a server power PSU? To fire it up with a PSU? Yes, you can. Let me see here. This is where I usually go to get my power. Now, I don't want to confuse you, so let's come back to this. Let's come back to this. This is basically, let me do it this way, because I got it up there. Amazon. And let me show you. PSU. And we can just start off with 500. So you can buy one of these cheap ones, 27 bucks, and this will fire up your motherboard. Or you could buy, 1,000 watt and fire up your motherboard and run cards on it. But me personally, I suggest that you buy the lowest wattage to be able to fire up your motherboard, and maybe like your fans or whatever else, you know, but I wouldn't try running your graphics cards off of one of these ATX power supplies because they get expensive when you start getting up on the wattage. Now, so basically one of these will run your motherboard and whatever else, a couple other things, but this is what I suggest you use to run your, and I wish somebody would have told me this too when I started mining. To run your graphics cards, you should use a server power supply. And these things are great because they're a lot cheaper and they're a lot more efficient. So here you go right here. You've got $123 to $191, and that's based on how many cords you get with it. The price goes up. Now, for this, you can get 1200 watts at 80% platinum, 94 efficiency. So you're looking for platinum, you know, and even gold is good when you're running your graphics cards. Your motherboard, if you're just running your motherboard with 500 watts, that's going to be plenty enough. So, again, this is the next thing you're going to need. Here it is. So, and the options that I would choose would be, probably go with 12 breakout board. You don't really need that. You can get away with that. We're trying to do this the cheapest way. So that right there alone, 1200, you could power up pretty much 12 1660s supers with that, or you could power up a couple 6600s with that. Remember, it's the 80% rule. So if it says 1200 watts, make sure you read the specs. Make sure that 1200 watts is not with 240 power. See, it says it right here. So, and any comments, any questions, just comment below. But okay, so this is the next thing we needed. Let's get back, and what else do we got? So we got, this is our next thing. So, you see how cheap they can get. That's, you don't need much bigger than this, but you will need a flash drive. I suggest you get a 3.0. Let's see here. Let me do this. 3.0 is faster. This is entirely way too much. 2 gigabytes. Alright. I gotta write it in because they've got so many. SD, flash. $32. You don't even need that much. 16 GB 3.0. I don't know why it keeps pulling up the big boy gigabytes. We don't need all that. But here you go. Here's a prime example. 32. That's perfect. Look at this 5-pack. That could run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rigs. Or you could run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 rigs and 3 backups. However you want. But basically you're going to flash your HIVEOS to one of these. You can use an SSD to flash. SSD 64 GB. I went back and forth with it, and honestly, it's been easier to just use the flash drives. And you would figure that the SSD, like they say, oh, it'll last longer, yada yada. It doesn't. I've had to replace the SSD before the flash drive. SSD drive. Yeah, I know. That's actually a really good price for an SSD. I've never seen this before. Okay, so yeah, you could use this solid state drive. And honestly, like I said before, I mean, this is actually a good price though, so but depending on what you want to do, you can either flash it or you can put it to this guy. So do your homework. They say that this one's better. However you want to do it. And 64 is plenty enough. You only need, I think, like 8 or 16. But okay, so on to the next thing. Because this was supposed to be a short video, and now I feel like I'm just like, la 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 la. Alright, so we got power, we got this, we got that. Oh yeah, risers. GPU risers. These guys are great. Like, you'll see a lot of mining channels that do sponsor these guys. These guys have some good stuff. They've got a YouTube channel. They give giveaways, but it's their product. They really care about the consumer. So trying to pull up what we need here, and then they've got it in black, they got it in white, they've got the splitters. So yep, definitely check out this site for your risers. Oh, look at this, you can get it all in one shot right here. So your SSD and what we just discussed. So there you go. They've got your fans for your mining shelf. So these are the risers. We can look at them, and I discussed it in this video a little bit. Or no, I apologize, it was in the video before this. Oops. But yeah, I did talk about these guys. And then there it is. This is it right here. I believe that's a 6-pack. Yep. And it comes with the wire to hook into the motherboard. And then what I love about this is it comes with the little light. It's pretty cool. So you're going to need that. And I believe that was the last thing that we were gonna need. So thank you. This is my channel, J-Rod. If you have any comments, any questions, put it in the bottom. If I missed something, put it in the bottom. This channel is to help people. That's all this is about. Thanks. See you on the next one. Please subscribe. Thanks. Hey, this is J-Rod. This is my channel, all the above. So we just completed building a mining shelf. And what I want to do real quick is just allow you to know what you need in order to continue on mining. These are the items that you're going to need.
Let me do that again. These are the items that you're gonna need.
So first thing we have is a motherboard. Now this motherboard right here, I got it on eBay for 140 bucks. You can put 12 graphics cards on this motherboard, and the great thing about this motherboard is it's Intel, and you can use a generation 6 or a generation 7 CPU. So it's an older CPU, but it will save you money on this board. So with the CPU, the mining board, and the RAMs, which all you need is 8 gigabytes of RAM, it came to about 250 bucks with all of this. So you're gonna need all of this. You're gonna need a motherboard, you're gonna need a CPU, you're gonna need RAM. You're also gonna need a flash drive in order to put HIVEOS on. With me, I save money. I always like to save money, so I pulled a ATX power pack out of an old computer to get my motherboard to work with 24 pin. To power up my GPUs, I use a server power pack, and then you can just buy 1,000 watts when you're starting off power pack. That may be suitable for you, but that is another thing that you can get. And then I just wanted to show you what the GPU looked like. This is a 6600. These are one of the cheapest ones you can buy starting off. Best Buy has them for 470 bucks. I've got a video, check it out. You also need to get risers. These are the risers. This basically hooks into your graphics card and then plugs into your motherboard. But that looks like that when you're all said and done. But that's all I got for today. I'm J-Rod. This is my channel. Thank you. See you in the next one.